How my whole class formed was that I moved to Los Angeles and after graduate school, and I really wanted to teach writing. And I had been an actor, and I always found that actors were really kind of terrific writers because they are the character. They speak from within a character, and it's all about behavior. Like, what does an actor choose to do? And how do they act? How do they talk? And so here was a giant pool of actors, a lot of them with a lot of time on their hands, who wanted to write. So I would put together these workshops, and they would be 8 weeks on, 8 weeks off, 8 weeks on, 8 weeks off. And their intention, I called it writing practice. And the intention was to not particularly be working in any form, but to come and work on your writing life and what was important to you at that point, and work on whatever your project was, and be constantly during that period generating new writing. What I'd like to do with my class, I have one mantra, and it's write what needs to be written. And this is what I say to my students, this is what I try and say to myself, is we all have the idea of what we want to write and what we should be writing. I'll have a comedian come into class and they're like, God, I'm writing these tragic stories. It's like, what is going on? And get really upset. And it's just like, you could be someone who lives in a desert and writes seafaring tales. That's okay, This class is sort of the love child of all of my classes that I've ever taken, both on form and on, voice in fiction. So what we're going to do is you're going to learn the Holiday Reinhorn 13 rules for writing, which I'm not going to tell you any of them now. They're kept in a safe. And we're going to look at what is our day-to-day practice, and I'm going to give all kinds of tools and resources for giving your writing process a kickstart. We're going to look at what you are working on right now, and we're going to talk about it. And we're going to talk about what's working and what's not. We're going to talk about what makes story work. What are you doing when you start writing a story? What promise are you making to your reader, to your character, etc. So we're going to look at all kinds of the building blocks of fiction: story, character, landscape, psychic distance, voice. We're going to look a lot at technique. So we're going to look at process. We're going to look at technique. We're going to look at culture, because I feel like a writer lives in the moment that they live in, and they are sort of by nature, seemingly, really interested in the way culture works. So I'm going to show you all kinds of maybe resources of finding story all around us in our insane world that we live in. We're going to use all kinds of multimedia and to discover these things. I'm going to give you writing prompts to get you going, and that's basically what we're going to do. I'm not, no. Cut.